Hello everybody, Jose Rodriguez back again. Today is Sunday, late afternoon. So in about 2 more days, the Pro 1000 will be here. And I have been getting lots of information from other users, which I will then compile and try to put on as best a set of video as possible. The best you will be able to find out there. It'll be long, it'll be segmented. So I hope that I'm able to answer just about every question that you may have on this printer. And of course, the ultimate goal is to then migrate over to the new ink set from Precision Colors. We'll give that a test, and then if need possible, we'll go ahead and re-migrate back to OEM. All right. Now, one of the biggest or most interesting features of the Pro 1000 is that level sensor. I've been finding out a few more tidbits about that little gadget. When you first set up your printer, now this table may be perfectly level. Then again, it may not be perfectly level. One end over there is sitting partly on a thin carpet. This end over here, it is not. So I may have a slightly tilted table. What'll happen is there's a physical sensor underneath the printer, which actually contacts the table. It will actually be depressed as you set the printer body, the whole chassis on the table. It will depress that sensor a little bit. That will tell the printer how off it is. Now, it cannot exceed too many degrees. It has to be within 1 or 2 degrees. So I may have to actually jack up the legs and really get this table perfectly level. But anyway, even if you do not, from what I understand, having talked to a few users, is that under the initial setup, whatever the condition of the table, and again, it cannot exceed a certain number of degrees, maybe 1, that will be used as the baseline, the 0 reading. And then once that is accepted and recorded as the 0 level reading, even though it may be slightly off, from that point on, that's when it starts to count or to check whether you tilt it too much, especially when it's on. So from what I have been able to grasp from other owners is that if the printer is on, don't do this to it. That will trigger that error. Somebody actually also placed 4 little foam rubber pads onto which the 4 rubber legs sat. That triggered an error. Okay. Apparently the sensor could not touch the table, and it was triggering off-level errors. So what he did was he placed the same pad right where the sensor lies, and that took care of the problem. But I would rather set it up on a flat bench such as this, and from that point on, this is where it's going to live. And if I ever have to move it, I have to turn the printer off and plug it off the wall, and then very carefully have somebody help me, and we'll move it to another location in the room if that ever happens. But at this point, I think it's going to stay here happily for as long as it wants to, right? So that is it. Another interesting little thing was we talked recently on a video that I just did a few days ago about using the Canon color management tool, and I show you how to use the 8.1 Windows version so that Windows 10 would recognize it. And I did a very short video showing you the results that I got by calibrating my Pro 1 to semi-gloss paper. And right off the driver itself, without any ICC profile intervention, I printed a perfect looking standard image. And I was flabbergasted by the accuracy of that image simply by calibrating the printer to that particular paper, semi-gloss from Canon. And of course, I'm using OEM inks. Well, the Pro 1000 will allow you to do that internally. It has a built-in spectrophotometer. There should be some amazing things that we can do with it. So that will bring that printer to incredible accuracy levels. Now, if the factory calibration is so close that doing the calibration shows no difference, then fine, that's fine as well. But apparently you are also able to then calibrate any other paper that you might want to use. And hopefully when we start migrating over to PC inks, I'll be able to run that calibration once I am absolutely sure that the printer has nothing but PC inks in it. And so that is another experiment that no one has done. No one owning a Pro 1000 has done just yet, because no one has refilled a Pro 1000. We're going to be the first ones to do so, and the first ones to report any results or any problems. That's what we're here for. All right, thank you. Hope to come back pretty soon. Tuesday is not far down the road, so when it arrives, I will have it on the floor, because I'm going to take it apart on the floor and then have my son and I lift it onto the bench. And so at that point, I'm going to go ahead and begin the setup process, and we'll do a video to cover that. Thank you once again. Don't forget to subscribe, share, and like. And until the next time, everyone, happy printing. Bye-bye.